President Donald Trump wants to strike at Iran. Now there's a problem because the nearest US carrier strike group, which has over 70 aircraft, is somewhere in the South China Sea. That's over a week's sailing time from the Arabian Sea. But Trump can, however, still count on his CENTCOM empire to launch airstrikes at Iran. Now, CENTCOM empire is a vast network of air bases and sea bases that the US maintains in West Asia under its Central Command, or CENTCOM. It's one of the world's most extensive military networks that any country maintains outside its borders. There are 50,000 soldiers, sailors, and airmen in 8 permanent bases in West Asia, 8 US bases. Now, take for instance the Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, the Al Dhara Air Base in UAE, the Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia, the Naval Support Activity Sea Base in Bahrain, the Al Asad Air Base in Iraq. There are smaller sites, of course, in Kuwait, Jordan, and of course places like Al Tanf in Syria. Now, from Iran's perspective, this network of US bases are provocative. They are concrete aircraft carriers parked just a few hundred kilometers away from their territory, from where the US could launch waves of fighter jets to strike at Iranian bases in just minutes. But for the US, this network of bases is critical for protecting its allies from Iran. But for these bases, it would take the US weeks instead of hours to respond to a crisis in one of the world's most sensitive geographies. Now, over half the world's proven oil reserves are located here in West Asia. And these bases were set up during the Cold War. They continued through the global war on terror. And since the Israel-Hamas war in 2023, the US has surged troops, aircraft, and warships through these bases. US allies don't want their bases to be used in airstrikes against Iran. That's because Iran has warned it could retaliate with missile strikes on these Gulf states, as it has done in the past. Now, in such a situation, the US will use its distant sea fortress of Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean right here. They could use this base to launch airstrikes at Iran. This sea base is over 3,700 kilometers away from Iran. It's in the middle of the Indian Ocean, but it's an unsinkable aircraft carrier from where the US can launch its heaviest strike assets, B-1 bombers, B-52 bombers, and B-2 bombers like this one that it launched against Iran in 2025. Now, Diego Garcia has launched missions in West Asia in the past, in Asia as well. They were used to stage aircraft bombers during the campaign against the Taliban in Afghanistan in 2001 and against Iran in 2003. Now in 2026, this Plan D could once again become the focus of a US campaign in West Asia.